Hold on. All right. Welcome, everyone, to That Damn Podcast. This is Miles Phillips.
Dustin Sutliff.
And we're here. We're here tonight. It's currently 10:25 Eastern Standard Time. That's where we are, right? We're in the East.
Yeah. Come on, man. Learn the map.
I don't know. I don't know
Never
anything.
Eat sour worms. That's how I always remembered.
I don't really know anything about anything. Like, I don't know how... Okay, how many time zones are there? We have...
Why do you gotta make me look like a dumbass while we're doing this podcast? 'Cause I don't know the answer to it.
We have Central, right?
If I say Central...
We have
Pacific,
Eastern, Pacific...
Mountain Time.
There's Mountain Time. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I guess I guess we have the internet, but correct us if we're wrong. Let's see. What time zones are there?
It's 24, bro.
There's 24 time zones?
In the world. Wait. We're just talking about...
Oh.
We don't give a fuck about the world.
Time zones are there? Oh, yeah.
6. Did we name them all then?
6? No, we didn't.
6 time zones.
We named
which ones?
Pacific. We named Central, Eastern, Mountain. We need 2 more.
What the fuck are we missing here? No, it has 4 time zones. What the fuck is this person talking about?
How many time zones are
What the fuck does it say 6?
in the U.S.? 6. We have... Wait. We have...
6.
We have Hawaii.
Hawaii and Alaska, so those are 2.
Oh, Pacific.
No, we don't count
Mountain,
those fuckers.
Central, and Eastern.
They're too far away.
Yeah, come on.
We just bought that land for the fuck of it.
We were just
to
like,
say that we had.
oh, we need more land for our country. Hello, little island in the west.
What do you want? Because I'm assuming that's how they talked back in the 1500s. I'd like to buy your land. Like, this land belongs to the U.S. of A's now. And we just put a fucking flag there. And we said, we just bought this.
This is ours.
This is ours now, and we shall leave.
Because that's how things work. You just put a flag in it, and it's yours.
Wait. That's what we did to the Native Americans in this damn country. Hey, you know this land you live on? Yeah, we're gonna put buildings and shit here now.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you guys the plague.
We're gonna murder you all,
Yes.
and we're just gonna take your land here. In later years, we'll try to compensate you, I guess. You know, we'll allow you to open casinos, I guess, just to make up that money.
And then everyone bitches about immigration in this fucking country. What the fuck do you think we're from, motherfuckers? We're
immigrants that ran over here and murdered everybody and took their stuff.
And we're bitching about other people trying to get to our land too. That's exactly how we got this. God, why do people forget that? That blows my mind. That blows my mind. Yeah, I don't like all these illegal immigrants. We're illegal immigrants. we literally took a ship with Christopher Columbus's raping ass and went here because he thought he was going to.
He thought he was going to.
Where the fuck?
I think he thought he was going to. I guess Asia.
Yeah, it was Asia. He thought he was. I think it was. And then he said, "Is this North?" Oh God, I'm just.
No, he thought he was going to. That's why Native Americans are called Indians, because he thought he was going to end up in India.
Yes. Thank you, Miles. Thank you for correcting me. I forgot my history there. But yeah, he thought he was going to India. So he goes, "Hey, is this India?" And then the Native Americans go, what are you talking about? And then he says, "You're Indian." What? Yeah, you're an Indian now.
No,
we're
going to shoot you now. Technically,
we're going to shoot you now and take your land, and this is ours. And then people think We had it all along. No, we didn't. We stumbled upon it on accident. Christopher Columbus thought he was going to India. And I love that we have a Christopher Columbus holiday that celebrates this raping and land-stealing douchebag. Like, Christopher Columbus wasn't really a good guy, if we want to get down to it, guys. But we take a day to celebrate and have a day off work for Columbus Day.
Celebrate Columbus. Celebrate the illegals. Technically, we're still illegal. You know, we just came over here and we just made it legal for us. We came over here and we're like, oh yeah, this is legal for us to murder you all and take your land and make it our own. So we're gonna put in our own laws now. So now we're legal. You know, it's like you're playing a game when you're in elementary school and you just like make up rules as you go along. Like you're playing Foursquare. You know, everybody had different rules in Foursquare, and you start losing, and you're like, no more snake eyes. You can't do that anymore. You can't double bounce. Snake eyes was a Foursquare.
I know what it is. I was going along with the joke, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was having your back.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
I'm stupid.
But yeah, dude, anyway. There's make-up rules, and there's sometimes our country, our history, is not good, and I just think people forget that. Like my right-winged family that says things about this and that, and I'm like, do you remember what we did that wasn't very long ago? That was like, it's not like slavery was that long ago, guys.
Yeah, and the grand
that long ago that we thought black people weren't people. Like what the fuck? We're like, oh, when were they gonna get over that? What the fuck? How do you get over that? That at some point we change? Like what?
You just don't get over like years and years of oppression. It's not something you just get over.
And it wasn't that long ago that didn't think women had the right to vote. Like this is not. It's not like this was a billion years ago. This was like very, very soon. Like too soon. Like I just.
And it's not like that stuff doesn't still exist anymore. It's not like once the civil rights movement happened, or like other things, or the feminist movement happened, it didn't, like, that stuff didn't exist anymore. It still exists. It's still a thing. Racism will always exist, and it's very important that we talk about it.
Always. I just don't understand that. I don't get it.
We live in a messed up world.
We do. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So, like, the United Airlines thing, right?
Yeah.
So, you brought that up to me today.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, what the fuck?
Yeah, that, like, this man bought a ticket. So, the whole deal, if you guys don't know what went on with this United Airlines thing, debacle, was that they overbooked this flight,
like and
they needed, I guess, room for their pilots. They needed They're flying from Chicago O'Hare to Louisville, and they needed to seat some of their pilots, I guess, to get over there as well. And so then they started just like,
question: shouldn't their pilots be in the pilot chair?
Well, I'm sure there was pilots in there.
Well, duh. I was just saying, like, shouldn't there's just pilots in the pilot chair? And why do they need the other chair? That's all I'm saying. Why does the guy that needs to know how to fly the plane need to sit where I'm sitting?
Yeah,
and doesn't know how to fly a plane.
Why doesn't the pilot?
That's the only point I'm making.
Driver wear. There was literally no room in any other flight at any other time for those pilots. Those pilots needed to be there.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
But I guess anyway. So in trying to find seats for these pilots, they first just like asked anybody if they wanted to just leave, get off the plane. they started offering money. First,
Which is the right step. First of all, if you fucked up here, that is the right step. Hey, we made a mistake. Here's some money to compensate you for my idiocy as a United airline and compensate you. That is the correct step. We can agree on that.
Yeah.
That was, yes.
But apparently, you brought up that there were just vouchers.
They're just vouchers. So
there were vouchers for you could only use at United.
Or the shitty airline that fucked up. I think what I read that it has been they've had thousands upon over in 2016 United involuntarily denied boarding to 3,765 people of its more than 86 million passengers on oversold flights. Which I mean 83, let's round that up to 4,000 over 86 million, I guess doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a good chunk of people that you're overboarding.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not. I don't know what the fuck you do the math. I'm not doing the math. But so they're offering you a voucher. So the only thing I can understand is a voucher is money for that airline. It's not, I can't go take that to Applebee's.
Yeah.
That voucher is for the United airline. So hey guys, I'm sorry that we fucked up and we keep oversolding our flights. And I know it's going to ruin your plans. But hey,
here's more money. Yeah.
Here's more money to use our airline, and so you can do it again. That I think is wrong. I think they should have at least offered just hardcore cash, just straight up cash. Here's $400 to do whatever you want, and they should have offered for a plane ride and a hotel room on the house. Then gave the money. Now people may say that's a lot. I'm like, no. Because they bought this plane ticket for a reason. They bought it for that day, for a specific reason. Unless you're fucking Donald Trump, I guess, you ain't just flying for the fuck of it, okay? Most middle-class people, which I'm assuming these are pretty middle-class, this wasn't first of all, if you're a high-end person, you ain't fucking flying United. You're not on that airplane anyway. So these people are working class people that I'm assuming and can tell from. So flights aren't cheap. They're pretty expensive. You gotta have some money. You gotta throw up. You gotta I get some money, put this together, do this flight, and they're probably going to there's a wedding, there's a job, there is a reason they're going to this. It's not they're just I'm gonna go fly to fucking Louisville and sit in Louisville for a week now. No, there's a reason they're going there. So you're getting in the way of their scheduling. You're fucking their scheduling up. So no, I don't think it. I think it's at the least you could do is offer them some cash to refund them, plus get them a plane ticket on the house and a hotel room or whatever that they have to stay in the city that they didn't fucking want to or whatever it is because you fucked up.
Yeah.
Again, United fucked up. You fucked up. Yes. But no, I don't want a fucking voucher for your shitty airline that I can only use there. But they kept upping the voucher, right?
Yeah,
so it started at 400.
Then it was 800. I think they raised it to 1,000 at some point.
In compensation.
Yeah.
Again, not money wise. I'm assuming it still says voucher that I've found, and maybe I'm wrong. But now me, I'm a simple guy from Nebraska, so I'd be like, fucking fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, fine. Pay for my hotel room, pay for my alcohol, and I'll just get fucking drunk in that city. But again, if you're going somewhere, do you remember when we were flying back from New York for our first trip? And I feel like we bring this up a lot, but I'm pretty sure there was a announcement on our flight or something about, hey, we've seemed to overbook this flight. Would anyone mind staying in the city for the day? And I was like, yeah, you're going to pay for me to stay in the city for one more day and I don't have to go back to school? And, I was, considering it. I was like, that's kind of cool. But I also, I had to get back to I get to go back to school and do classes and shit. I have things to do.
Yeah.
That's why I booked the flights from these days to this days. that's a real inconvenient factor for everyone that's on that flight.
Yeah. But
But
then,
right, continue. What else?
I think
Yeah.
they made a terrible mistake, and then, after nobody took the offers on the vouchers, they just randomly selected people to evict from the plane, to take off the plane.
And did they think that was gonna go well? Like they think that was gonna.
I don't know.
You did have some angry fucking people.
And my question is, did they pick those people and then compensate them, or did they just pick those people and tell them to get the hell off?
I'm assuming they had to have got compensated.
They've had to.
The poor people they couldn't have just been like, "Oh, you're out of luck, buddy." No, they had to have compensated them somehow because they forced them to leave.
And then there was and so then they kicked, I think, a couple off, and then they were gonna get
4 people, and 3 left without incident. 3 were probably fuck you, but fine. As a like I would have done. I wouldn't have made a scene. I would have been like, okay, fucking fine. No, I'm not happy about it, but they all left.
Mm-hmm.
Without a.
But then they tried to get this other guy to get off, but he refused to get off. Which, I mean, I understand. You bought this plane ticket. It's like, at the theater I work with, sometimes I house manage, and I house manage the cabarets, and at the cabarets you buy tables. You have tables that you buy that you're ticketed for. It's like having a full house. It's like overbooking a cabaret show and having a full house and having extra people you have to seat, and going up on stage and being like, I'm going to have to remove a couple of you out of the audience so I can seat these other people standing outside.
Some of you got to go, okay?
So some of you have to go. No. I can't just tell them to leave. They bought these tickets.
And you
so I understand that guy's refusal to leave, and apparently he was saying that he was a doctor and he had patients to get to
home to his patients. Now before we continue with the whatever part of the story, now this guy seems pretty adamant about not wanting to leave, right? The only thing that annoys me a little bit, other than the entire story, why didn't anyone just be like, okay, this guy's a doctor or whatever it is, and he's obviously I can't leave. No, anyone else could have been like, okay, as much as I don't want to, hey, I'll bite the bullet, and I'll stay.
Yeah, everybody just sat there and watched this man get forcibly removed. Nobody was just like, okay, I'll just move, guys.
This isn't gonna. Yeah, I'm like, come on, someone should have I would have been like, all right, I got nothing that fucking important. I'll stay or I'll do it. Especially if this guy's obviously audibly saying I can't go. I need to be here, and he's making that scene probably for a reason, because whatever it is has got to be pretty important to him. And if he's a doctor, one, you should respect him just for that fact alone. But two, he didn't fucking want to go. He had a good reason or whatever it is. But yeah, so then they grab him and he's screaming, and they just 2 of these bigger policemen, right? Were they policemen or airline police?
They're either security or police officers. I don't know which.
Okay, well, Dumbo 1 and Dumbo fucking 2 decide to pick him up while he's screaming, and then, brilliancy and douchey part on the people that videotaped it. Brilliancy because people got to see it and see what the fuck happened. So I commend you on that. You're kind of douchey because you're a dick because you decided to videotape it and not help. So go fuck yourself a little bit. But I still commend you. I give you 60% thanks, 40% dickhole, you videotaped an ass whooping. But yeah, they grab him, pull him, his head bangs against the armchair of the seat, and he's knocked out. and he's obviously knocked out because then they drag him. Don't even pick him up to check on him or anything because he was audibly fighting. It's not like
Yeah.
he got picked up and he's just like, oh, well, I fucking lost. Like, no, he was fighting and then his head hit and then he lost it and had nothing to fight with and none of them checked on him. They drag him like he was a fucking corpse down the fucking aisle while everyone is screaming like, what the hell are you doing? You can't do this. This isn't right. And they don't check to see if he's okay on that. Like, immediately they should have done that. That should have been like, oh, God, are you okay, man?
They just drag him across the floor. And, I mean, that doesn't make... Jeez. Because, I don't know. I feel lots of feelings about this. Like, you don't do that to people. You didn't...
No.
That guy didn't do anything wrong.
No.
He refused to leave the seat he paid for.
That you fucked up.
Yeah.
I did.
Because of your mistake.
Fucking douchebags. And I don't get how you do that. And I love how they didn't say like how they were chosen. Like by computer, an employee, or some combination of the two. Factors can include a law. I don't.
But yeah. And then we have other things that happened this week, like the whole San Bernardino.
Yeah. God damn it. Hate that shit.
Hate that whole debacle. The elementary school shooting. Well, I guess the whole story is that this man is going to visit his ex-wife, his recently ex-wife. They weren't married for that long. And then I guess they separated. And
Did it say how long they were married for?
A couple months. They were only married for a couple months. And I guess they separated. And she was a special needs teacher at this elementary school. And he went over. He just walked in. And said, I have to give something to my wife. And they just let him, I guess. Well, I guess that's a normal thing people do. So he went through the normal precautions people go through when you enter an elementary school. I mean, I toured a children's show to different elementary schools earlier this year, and I mean, there's precautions we have to go through before we can enter the school.
What are those precautions? Like, what'd you have to do?
I mean, we didn't have to do a whole lot. We have to check with the front desk first. We have to have badges.
Body checks on you?
I'm sorry?
Do they do body checks on you?
No, they don't do anything like that. No.
No. Okay.
We just have to have like this background. I guess like a background check. Initially, before we even started touring, we had to go to like, I forgot where it was. I don't know if it was like City Hall. It was something. We just had to go through these like background checks and fill all this information, and we have to have badges. If you're like going to go teach or something at a school, you have to I guess qualify for these like badges, these teaching badges that we had to bring in with us, that we had to have. You had to have them if you were going to enter the school.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was
usually with anything with kids, are pretty intense. Like I've been working with kids for the good part of how many years now. Like I got to go through some intensive shit. Like I have to get fingerprinted. I have to go background checks.
I got fingerprinted too. Yeah.
You have to get through all this stuff because like with children, it's a big thing. So they need to be extra careful. And yes, it's annoying. Don't get me wrong. Because as much as you're going to be like, well, I don't look like I fucking do anything wrong. Well, hey, most murderers are usually not some creepy looking dude. They're usually a charming guy that you don't expect it, and then he kills you. So, but you should have kind of checks like that. Only shitty thing is, like, I don't know what the criteria was to get into the school. I don't know. I understand that sometimes it's like, God, I don't want my school to look like it's a prison. and you shouldn't. And it's dumb, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's,
And apparently this guy had a
if I'm a
record.
parent, I'd rather it be like, goddamn, like go through fucking anything.
Yeah.
And it's like you want to have metal detectors, all the things, but schools are so underfunded as it is. You don't have money for any of that stuff, and that kind of security that you would want for your child that you're trusting is going to be okay.
Yeah. And especially in San Bernardino, because apparently I read a little bit about San Bernardino, but they're not, I mean, okay, I guess they're doing a little bit better now, but the city as a whole wasn't doing all that great the past couple of years.
Really?
Yeah. Just financially. But anyway, this guy apparently had like this guy had a past criminal record, and he walked into the school.
So he did have a past criminal record.
Yeah. And he just walked into the school, and he didn't say, apparently he didn't say anything. He just walked into the classroom and shot his wife, and in the action of doing that, killed one kid and injured another.
An 8-year-old and 9-year-old. It's
messed up.
It's messed up. That's just not okay. I don't know. Like, it's hard to. Like, things like that are hard to talk about. There have been so many school shootings in 2013, since 2013, there have been 220, I believe, school shootings. Maybe it's 142. But either number, too fucking many. That's insane. I
guess I don't know the solution. I guess in my personal opinion, I don't think more guns is the solution. I don't think we should have more. I don't think we should have teachers holding guns in schools in every classroom. That's unnecessary. We shouldn't have to do that. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have to arm your teachers and your staff at your school just to keep them safe from.
Schools are supposed to be a safe place.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for the family that trusted, dropped off their little boy. Was it a little boy, right? If I'm correct, I believe it was an 8-year-old boy. Yeah, an 8-year-old boy named Jonathan. Dropped him off, and then to pick him up the next, and he's dead. I don't know. I don't mean to get depressing, but I don't know how a parent even gets through that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get into talks about gun regulation and all that kind of stuff, and I understand it. I'm of the belief that it just comes down to people being people, that people just should.
I do, yeah.
I don't.
Because, if people really want to do something, they're going to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People want to shoot somebody. They're going to find a way to get a gun.
But it shouldn't be. I don't think it should be incredibly easy to get a gun. But I know that it's not. I can't just go buy a gun. But my dad is a huge hunter and all that kind of stuff. I totally believe in having your gun rights and all that kind of stuff. But it's also to a point, all these things.
Mm-hmm.
Dear God.
Yeah, and this guy, previously got arrested for gun-related charges. Where did you get this gun from?
Walk right into a school and do this. How? And this wasn't a huge news story either, was it?
It is a pretty. It's a pretty.
Well, Donald Trump had said shit about it. Okay, let me rephrase that. Our president of the United States hasn't said one word about it that I know of.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he said anything either. Maybe I should look that up.
He's quick to tweet about how what was the word he used to describe Meryl Streep? Overrated Meryl Streep is. He's real quick to tweet that, but a little baby boy gets shot, and he says nothing. Now, I don't need him to. I'm not saying like that's his job to tweet things. Like, I'm not saying that, but I am saying from our commander in chief. I don't know. It was in our country, and I think one little boy's life is just as important as 50. Like, it deserves like a recognition to be like, this is not okay. I don't care if it was one little kid and the other one that was wounded. But like, fuck you, Trump. Come on. I don't know. That was my little faith opinion on that. But like, that's so scary. Like, my little brother's in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it had nothing to do with like if someone came in there. Like, I remember in college there was a time where like I heard there was an elementary shooting, and I freaked out. Like, didn't know where it was, but like I automatically am like that. Like, my little brother's in elementary school. Like, I know everyone always puts those situations. They put them in their heads, and they put it into their own life. Like, I get that. And like at that moment, you kind of like don't think about other people or whatever it is. Like, you put it all rationalized to you when you find out, okay, he's safe. But I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't get how someone with a criminal background like that is able to just to a school. I don't get how someone with a criminal background like that is able to have a gun. Don't get why he fucking came into an elementary school, shoot his ex-wife. Why is that? Why?
I don't know.
It's bullshit.
And then we have the mess happening in Syria right now. It started with the chemical. It started with the chemical attacks. I believe it was the Syrian government that attacked, which I'm pretty sure that chemical warfare is not legal, like, worldwide.
Why would it be?
It's not like I guess in the whole age of war, in the whole the rules of war, chemical warfare is a big no-no.
Yeah, because it's douchey.
But
got fucked up.
Actually, I don't want to say who. I don't know who. Hold on, let me look at this. I don't know all the details about this. So there was a chemical attack, right? And a whole bunch of people were suffering in Syria because of this chemical attack. And so, as a response, Donald Trump was like, "Okay, we're going to bomb them," and they sent 59 Tomahawk missiles.
Why do you need to see him defend 59?
I don't know. Why not 60?
Why not
Sorry,
one?
I was making. Why not none? But
why not none? But why 59 of them? Now, let me start this off with, I don't know much about missiles other than the fact that they're big and they make big bombing things. And they go boom, and they can destroy a pretty wide variety of whatever. Now, don't you just need? I don't know. Like, I'm not advanced. I'm not knowledgeable in warfare. But
yeah,
I don't get why you need to shoot 59 of them.
Okay, yeah. So they sent off these missiles, right, to this Shayrat airfield in western Homs province. About 4:40 Syrian time. They targeted aircraft shelters, storage areas, ammunition supply bunkers, and air defense systems at this Syrian government-controlled facility. So this is the area that they thought the chemical weapons were coming from. Which, I guess if you get down to it, I understand that reaction. It's not a reaction I would have, to just impulsively send out 59 missiles into this area. But I guess I understand that reaction. But the thing I don't get is aiming for the place you think the chemical weapons are coming from. Because doesn't that just release more chemical? Doesn't that just release the chemicals into the air? Doesn't that just make it worse? It just makes the situation even worse.
But I think it's the idea behind it is to get rid of the chemical. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I know I'm gonna sound really dumb trying to. I'm totally speaking out of my lane here.
I sound really dumb too. I don't know much.
Nah, hey, it's fine. It's what we do. But that cost what was it? 59 million.
I don't know how much. Hold on, let me look that up real quick.
Something like that. But so he sends all these missiles, and we're doing that to help. And maybe, maybe we needed to, I guess. I don't. But
I don't know. It's just.
I don't know how I feel about it. I just feel weird about it.
Let's see. Each missile, each Tomahawk missile made by Raytheon cost about $1 million to make. And it could cost about $60 million to replace the missiles that we launched at the Syrian targets. It's just like that seems like a lot of waste. Just out of that's such an impulsive reaction. It's such like a waste on.
I think that's what Trump's just trying to prove.
Yeah,
something.
But why pretend to care about? Because people have been saying this for the longest time that we need to help these people, these people, these civilians in Syria that are in this middle of this war right now. They haven't done anything wrong.
Country, though.
Sorry?
But we don't want them to come into our country, though.
Yeah, and we don't want to help these refugees that want to come over because they're in the middle of a war right now. And so our reaction is to spend all this money to just bomb a place, when
we're already in
why are you pretending to care now when that's money that could be spent in places like Flint, Michigan, where places in our own country that have water that's not water. Their own water is not good for them to drink. They can die from drinking their own water.
Yeah, I feel like we're constantly meddling in other people's business. But it's like things in our world, like school shootings, whatever it is. It's like it's always scary. Like, I totally want to help people we can. But, goddamn, when we have all this stuff going on here...
We have all this stuff going on over here, and you want to start... you want to start wars, That's that kind of reaction is that's the type of stuff that starts wars. And people were afraid of that with Hillary Clinton, that she was going to start something. But you have, you can't just bomb a place. You can't just send missiles over to a place and not expect some kind of reaction to come from that,
Yeah.
You can't expect nothing. You can't expect to bomb a place and be like, oh, it's over. No, it's not over. You just started something, and it's going to, something's already been started. You just instigated more action to come our way. But
it's fucking insane. And then he won, they're taking, they're defunding a bunch of programs and stuff, too, correct? The arts?
The National Endowment of the Arts, for the arts. Yeah. Of the arts, for the arts. Because you want to defund things, and then you want to spend $60 million on some fucking missiles.
Yeah, we could use that some other places, guys. I don't know.
I don't know anything. Okay, maybe I'm really naive and I don't know anything about anything. But
dude, go feeling, bro.
It just seems like common sense.
It does, but I feel like common sense never prevails. and everyone's. It's just you can get so many different opinions,
Ugh,
and
but
no one
anyway.
thinks like logically on it. Nah, I don't know. I don't get it. It's just I don't know.
We're living in
I just
some. We're living in crazy times.
I know. We're gonna look back and we're gonna go, "Hey, that was dumb," or maybe we won't.
I don't know.
It's like I think at some point we'll look back and think, "Oh, God, that was so silly for us to think gay people shouldn't get married." But God damn it, maybe we won't ever think that because there's just gonna always be this stupid hatred for things that people don't understand.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating, and that's really disheartening.
But I mean, I guess we can't expect things to be perfect. No, I guess the moral of the story is
never
like
gonna be perfect.
nothing's ever going to be perfect. There's never going to be. When there's world peace, the world will be over. You know what I mean? You can't achieve world peace. That's not possible. But I mean, we can strive to be the best that we can be and be like. Can we all just live by? Just don't be dicks to each other. Let's just be. Oh, let's just be good people.
You think that would be? You think it'd be that
It's
easy?
making sense to me. But I guess it's a more complicated issue than that, just like not being dicks to each other. It's just, this world is frustrating, guys. We live in a frustrating world. And I don't know what to think about it. I've stopped posting about issues going on in the world on Facebook and stuff, because I feel like we all think we're experts we all think we're experts on everything.
I think I'm an expert on few
everybody
things.
has, I don't know. I never know what to think, you know? And I never know where to get my news from, because everything has a freaking bias. And
Yeah, that's the
we're
worst.
living in frustrating
That's the
times.
station you can go to be like, here's facts. It's all biased. It's all this. It's all that. And you hear things from all different types of people, and you don't know what to believe or think.
But hey.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
We apologize for this. I guess I apologize for this somber podcast, but this is just a whole bunch of stuff that was on my mind. I feel like just a whole bunch of crap happened this week that I guess we should talk about. And things, I think we should not just ignore things happening in the world. We should talk about them.
Oh, you should.
Because it's good to talk about.
Discuss it. Because I think that's how you find solutions. Because you just ignore it, then you're just like, yeah, that happened. Okay, cool. And then nothing ever changes.
Yeah.
It's like, how many big things have to happen for things to get changed?
But hey, this was That Damn Podcast.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. I think the podcast is doing pretty well right now, I believe. I mean, the last podcast has like
keep listening.
23 listens. The one about country music has about like 31. So, I mean, we're moving on up. You know what I mean? We're just...
Yeah, keep listening, guys. Give us some advice. Love to hear anything if you have anything.
Yeah, give us some tips. Give us some... What do you like? What do you dislike? What do you want us to do more of, you know? Talk to us, man. We're on Facebook at That Damn Podcast. We're on Twitter at That Damn. Hit us up. Tell us what's going on. Talk to us. Give us some advice. Ask for advice. We're up for anything.
Hell yeah, we are.
But I'm Miles Phillips.
I'm Dustin Sutliff.
And this was That Damn Podcast.
Blah. Peace.
All right. That was good.
That was alright. Might not have been our best one, but that's just because I'm so unknowledgeable about everything in the world. Did you know it was Sibling Day today?
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know it was. It was National Beer Day on like Friday or something.
Motherfucker. Dude, I'm getting real tired of some people's posts on